What's going on, everybody? This is Histogram, aka the real binary master, and on today's video, guys, I'm gonna keep it short, sweet, and just gonna share with you guys how to use the MACD and how you can use the MACD while trading to benefit you and have a slight edge in the market by using this wonderful indicator. First off, let me get rid of the indicator. Now, let me show you guys where you're gonna locate. The MACD indicator. So guys, after you have your trading view opened up, you're going to be clicking on indicators. You're going to type in here MACD. It's going to bring up the MACD. You're going to click on it, exit off, boom, there you guys go. MACD is going to show up on the bottom. MACD is going to show up on the bottom. I'm going to load this up a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better. Alright guys, so here, before we actually get into the MACD, let me explain to you what the MACD actually is and what it actually does. Okay? So the MACD, first off, it's short for Moving Average Convergence Divergence. Okay, the MACD is a trend following momentum indicator that shows the relationship between two moving averages. Okay, it's going to show the relationship between two moving averages. Yeah, so there you go. It's going to be show the relationship between two moving averages of an asset's or currency's price. The MACD is calculated by subtraction the 26 period exponential moving average, which is also abbreviated EMA. So the MACD is calculated by subtracting the 26 period exponential moving average, or EMA, from the 12 period EMA. So the result of that calculation is going to give you the MACD line. Okay, now if you go here to settings, you're going to see that the MACD line, I have it as green, and then I have the signal line as a hot pink. Okay, so MACD line is green. This is just how I have it for me. So the MACD line is going to be green and the signal line is going to be pink. Okay, so here we have the MACD line here, the green line. Let me make this a little bigger for you guys if you want to make it bigger. Click on style. Let me see this. Okay, it's not going to allow me to make it bigger. Alright, no worries, no worries. Let's see. So here we have it, guys. Here we have it. Here is the MACD line. Now let's understand what a MACD is. Okay. Now I just shared with you that it's a momentum indicator. Okay. So it's determining the momentum in the market. Okay. So basically, the zero line, alright, we'll have to assume the zero line is right here. I'll make it yellow so you guys can see it. Actually, I'll make it white so you can see. I'll make it yellow. It looks a little better. Okay, so make it yellow so you guys can see it, okay? So we could assume that when we're up here, above the zero line, we're going to be bullish. And if we're below the zero line, the MACD zero line here, you're going to be considered bearish. Now, what helps us with the MACD is the MACD usually comes in the form of two indicators in one. You have the MACD, and then you'll also have the histogram, which is also helping you determine the momentum in the trend, right? How strong of a trend momentum it could potentially be. So let me just show you something. we have a cross here, a cross down. Okay, the green MACD line crosses the trigger line. At the same time, this bullish histogram is getting weaker and weaker, and as you guys can see, it's starting to die out, starting to get less momentum. Then we get the cross here. At the same time, we start to print our first red candle. Right now, we had anticipated that this was going to already happen because we see that the histogram is starting to get weaker, and then we also have this MACD crossing down the trigger line, which would give us the indication that we should potentially be looking for sells in the market. Now let's back out of this to see what exactly is going on in the market at that time. Now, as you guys can see here, MACD called this before it happened. Okay, the MACD, your trigger, MACD cross trigger line, boom, looking for sells. Now, there's a couple ways that you can use this to your advantage now with trading in the market. Now, all crosses doesn't mean, okay, it's going to go up or down. You want to use other confluences and other confirmations with that to be able to feel confident in taking that specific trade or entry. Okay, so for me, being a binary NFX high frequency money in minutes trader, I'm looking for that quick move, right? So boom, we got the cross down. Now let me move this over to the left. Now, if I just see this, let me go here to play. We'll go, yeah, right here. Okay. So we can see here, guys, that the MACD is starting to potentially cross down. It's getting ready to cross down, right? We don't really know what's going to happen, but we can anticipate that it's starting to die out. Like right here, went flat, and now it's starting to bend a little bit, and we would be anticipating a particular cross. Waiting for the MACD, which is going to be the green line, to cross the trigger line, which is going to be the pink line. So as we play this, we can see here we have a big, nice 1 minute bullish candle pushing up. Still not creating a higher high over here, so we're paying attention. Let's see what happens. So we got the cross here. Let me just show you guys. Got the cross down here. Now you're waiting for confirmation to get into the market, right? The confirmation, you could have used, one, we have the histogram cross, and now we have printed a red histogram candle showing us, confirming that, okay, we're potentially starting to go in a selling direction. Now let's see how this plays out. Here we go, guys. You can see that the price is continuing down after we were confirmed that the MACD crossed the trigger line and that we could be looking for sells. Let's carry on. Now, the unique thing about the histogram is that when it's strong red and each candle is getting bigger than the previous candle in the direction of that particular move, so in this instance we're going down here, in this instance we're going down on the histogram as well, you guys can see we're continuing to go down, and each candle is bigger than the one previous. So this is confirming that the momentum in the trend is still there. Now this candle here, this histogram candle that printed here tells us caution, right? This is our first sign of caution that potentially we could be coming to the end of the selling pressing run, and that either A, we can go into consolidation like we had here, or B, we can start to push back up. Let's play it and see what happens. So now we have the histogram printing stronger, slightly bigger candles to the downside, and price has created a lower low in the short term. Let's see how it plays out. It signaled another potential momentum could be coming to an end, but you already knew that because you got warned over here. So you would have potentially stopped selling here because of this warning. And if you look, it's sitting right above the structure level, right? Market structure matters, guys. Market structure matters. Let's continue. Okay, so now what do you guys see? You see the histogram potentially turning bullish, right? You're saying, Chris, it's not green yet. That is correct. It's not green. However, we want to anticipate the move before it happens. Okay, so one, we got a warning here. We got a warning here saying, okay, we could potentially be looking for a change in trend. Confused us the next two, but we were already, cautioned. We were already out of the market. We already stopped selling at this point. Now we could be possibly looking for buys, right? Because we have histogram is printing pink, which is lighter color red. It's dying out, telling us that momentum to the selling pressure is dying out. At the same time, each candle is smaller than the candle before. So this is telling us that, the selling pressure is dying at a rapid rate, basically, because it's converging back to the bull side, right? Also, while we're looking at this, we can see this green MACD line is also, at the same time, is also starting to bend a little bit. It's starting to flatline, and we're just starting to get that potential turn to the upside, just as we had up here that potential turn to the downside. So let's see how this plays out. Let's continue. Again, as it is right now, it's still telling us that the trend could possibly change, so we're cautioning. Boom. Now we possibly print a red candle bigger than these ones. So this could tell us that, okay, maybe trend isn't changing. Maybe we're going to look for another bigger down move, right? We could potentially be looking for another bigger down move. Let's see what happens. So as we're paying attention to this, we're watching what our MACD line is going to do. All right, guys, so you see here that the MACD line is staying flat. It's really staying flat. Yes, it turned up a little bit, but for the most part, it's just staying flat right here. This green MACD line is staying flat. But we're still potentially looking for buys. In my opinion, based off of this, we're at a support level. Selling pressure is dying down. What we're looking like, we could see, okay, market structure, we're above a support area. We're looking like maybe this could be the start of a W. I don't know. Let's see what happens. All right. Oops. Let me delete that. So this is unique, right, guys? Because we were potentially looking for buys, starting with the histogram turning bullish here. We could have been potentially looking for buys. This was just basically a retest of this breakout, plus we stayed back above the trend. And then we carried on with the strength dying down to the downside. knowing that we potentially could be looking for buys, we could have entered, say we could have entered as soon as this MACD crossed the trigger line. You see this? MACD crossed the trigger line here. Now let's put a vertical line up and down to see where it crossed and where exactly price is at right now. Okay, let me turn this yellow. So as you see, I can't get it perfect, but the MACD line crossed up slightly, just slightly before here. So as this first green candle printed on the histogram, the first green candle printed on the histogram at the same time the MACD line crossed. We enter a 3-minute buy trade here. We're in the trade 1 minute. This is 2 minutes. Let's see what happens. 2 minutes. Wow. Wow. Does that excite you or what, guys? And that's just one example of how the MACD and the histogram could help you in a potential with market structure and trading, right? Another key that I will tell you is that pay attention to how far the MACD line is away from the histogram, okay? So for an example, the closer that these two lines are, the unsure of the trend, right? So as this MACD line is opening and dropping away from the trigger line, as the trigger line is dropping, this is telling us that momentum is getting bigger and the move to the downside is imminent, right? And here it is. Boom. So now that's how you can use, I just showed you guys, a sell move with the MACD line with the histogram, and I just showed you a buy move with the MACD and the confirmation of the histogram. Now add other multiple confluences to this, and this could take your trading game to a whole nother level. Remember, the MACD is a momentum indicator, right? It's not gonna be right 100% of the time. Neither is our analysis. We're only using it so that way we can have that slight edge in the market. That way we can use it with other, we can, in a pizza there's multiple ingredients, right? You have the dough, you got the cheese, you got the sauce, and if people want toppings, it's going to make it taste better for them, right? Well, in trading, you have market structure, you have other indicators, you have volume, you have so many different things that come into play when it results in trading. You have order blocks and this, and you just have so much, right? So if you can master a few items, a few indicators with the basic understanding of market structure, I truly believe it could help you propel your trading to the next level, because it has for me. And I know if I can do it, that anybody can do it, and that's real. You just have to back test it. You have to understand how it helps me, how it can help you, how it could benefit you, and how you could use maybe the MACD with an RSI, guys, or maybe the MACD with the Bollinger Bands or something along those lines, guys. But that's that, guys. So in this video, I will touch on the histogram and the MACD with another indicator in the future, but for this video I wanted to keep it just the MACD and histogram related. So again, guys, a little recap. The MACD triggers technical signals, like I said, when it crosses above remember when I say when it crosses above, we're looking for buys, and when it crosses below, we're looking for sells. The MACD helps us understand whether we're bullish or bearish movement and the price is strengthening or weakening. And also the histogram does the same. For you guys that may want to know the math equation for it, the math equation for MACD is going to be the 12-period EMA minus the 26-period EMA, and that's going to give you the MACD. So like I said, if the MACD is above the signal line, the histogram will be above the MACD's baseline, right? I was calling it zero line baseline. It's the same baseline. This is what you would call baseline. Yeah, guys. So that was that quick little summary on the histogram and the MACD, and how you could use these two unique in one indicator to really help get that slight edge in the market, right? Look for a potential reversal. Look for a potential reversal for either direction. Use it with additional confirmations, right? You don't want to just say, oh, it crossed up, we can buy here. Well, yeah, it did cross up here. And yeah, if you bought, you would have ended up making a move to the upside, but you would have went in drawdown. And if you were trading NFX or binary trading, you would have lost that trade or rolled it over 1,001 times, guys. And that's not something you want to do when it comes to binary trading. You want to have sniper entries, I call them. You want to have beautiful entries, guys. You want to be able to see when it's going to cross and matter, right? Crossed and mattered here. Why? Do we have anything else that can confirm that we're possibly going in an uptrend? Well, I don't know about you guys, but it looks to me like I can see an order block right there. Right, guys? So, again, you can use these multiple confirmations, multiple confluences to help you in the markets, guys. So not only do we have a cross up here, not only is the histogram turning, it printed a weak pink low color here, and then right after we started printing up to the this one, even if you waited after the first green candle printed, you could see here the second green candle is bigger than the first one, confirming that, okay, maybe momentum is starting to go to the upside. Then you're like, wait, the third candle, same thing, volume momentum comes in to the upside, but you see that it was a bear candle. So okay, this isn't going to confuse me. I'm not falling for it. I know the momentum's still to the upside. Chris said when the MACD line crosses the trigger line, we could start looking for buys. The histogram is bullish as well, and we're getting that movement to the upside. It's getting stronger, bigger by bigger. Each candle on the histogram is telling us, okay, this is good. This is going to continue. And we didn't get a warning until here, right? This was our first warning. And then as you see, it dropped, and then it carried back up, started getting bigger and bigger. But as it's getting bigger and bigger, we can see that there's really no higher highs on the histogram. So we could be like, okay, maybe we shouldn't be buying all through this move, which, we might not have wanted to buy all through this move, because in reality, the histogram was telling us that this candle was potentially coming, right? It did tell us over here, the histogram told us that, guys, we're not really too sure in this bullish move here. And you could have been done. You could have been in and out of the bag. Let's just say you entered here on a retest of that trend and you took it up. Guys, that's almost that's 5 pips almost, which is plenty enough points, binary points, for you to clear a few trades. How do you trade this? Okay, great question. Maybe you draw a trend line. Maybe what's that look like to you? I don't know, guys. I don't know how it can help you, but I know it can help you if you use market structure, your own technical analysis that you already are aware of, and add the MACD as an additional tool, as an additional confirmation, guys. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to end this video. This is amazing. I hope you guys caught a little value, and in the future I will be going more in depth with the histogram and MACD with other indicators to help you really get an edge in the market while you're trading. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.